Hi, I'm Mark Toole with 8020service.com. Today's customer service video question of the day comes from Quora. The question is customer satisfaction generated still a thing in business? I'm not sure where they put the word generated in there, but actually it kind of makes a little bit of sense, and the existing answers don't really touch on this. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. First of all, if a lot of these questions are answered just ignoring that word generated, which is what I was tempted to do as well, and I will, because it's a weirdly phrased question. I don't know why they put that word in there, but they answer it, is customer satisfaction still a thing? Does it matter if your customers are satisfied? And of course the answer is yes. That's very obvious. Anyone should know that. There are obviously businesses that are, or at least currently can get away with being an exception to that. Businesses that will sell a low-quality product with deceptive marketing and provide bad customer service afterwards. I know of one company in particular that does this, where their customer service department, not officially of course, but their basic philosophy of customer service is fuck you. So there are a lot of businesses like that think that they can just always get new buyers, always find someone new to replace the people that they continue to upset, anger, repel. And for a time at least, that seems to be working for them. My theory on this, my belief, what I often talk about in my business, is that this is going to be changing, probably sooner than later. It's no secret to anybody who watches business or markets. I'm recording this in March of 2019. If you're watching this in the future, that people have been saying this for years, but that we're due for an economic correction, crash, depression, recession, whatever you want to call it, however extreme you think it's going to be. It's unlikely that the thing just goes up forever and ever permanently. What that means is when that happens, and if you look back at the last time, 2008, a lot of things changed. A lot of people were putting money into things before that, getting second mortgages out and lines of credit and buying jet skis and all this other stuff. I was working in a business at the time as a low-level employee, saw the aftermath of that. Saw all these people losing their homes, couldn't pay their bills, selling off their valuables super cheap. Anyways, that's not what this video is about. But when something like that happens again, those same people who are like, I can't pay my bills, I gotta sell my jet ski for $100, they're not gonna continue to buy your product, especially if it's shit, especially if you treat them poorly. They might continue to buy your product because everyone still needs to buy things, businesses still operated, many people got rich, even in the Great Depression, if you have a good product and a good service and satisfied customers. But that brings me to the second part of my observations of these existing answers here. You look at these and some of them are just blatant spam. I work for user.com, go to user.com. I hope that's downvoted by the time you watch this because it's garbage. But some of them are telling me a little bit more of how regular people think about this stuff, which is different from how I think of it, different from how I want people who listen to me, people who watch this video, to think of it. People think customer satisfaction, and they immediately think customer service. The customer is satisfied if he gets good customer service. And, if you're running a lemonade stand or a general store in oldie-time America, that's probably true. You want the guy at the counter to be like, howdy, partner, what can I help you for? Or whatever. But in the age of technology, obviously you're watching a video on the internet right now. This is different. Many of you, all of us, buy things from companies online, companies based somewhere else that we don't even know where they're based. We don't care where they're based. We buy a thing, it's delivered digitally or it's shipped to our door, and customer service really doesn't enter into the picture there unless we have a problem, unless there's a question, unless there's something we don't understand, something we need help with that we can't figure out on our own. So this idea of thinking of customer satisfaction as a thing that comes out of good customer service is outdated, obsolete, or at very least incomplete. Customer satisfaction in a modern online business for most customers is going to mean something entirely different. They're never going to speak to customer service at all. They're never going to call. They're never going to email. They're never going to send a live chat because they don't have to. And that's what you want. That's how you get good customer satisfaction. Anybody who thinks about this logically will realize this, that if I contact your business with a customer problem or a question or a request or something that I can't do on my own, and, well, first of all, if you handle it poorly, if you make me feel like a jackass, if you ignore my emails for weeks, yes, I'm calling you out again, HostGator. Don't use HostGator. Your customers are not going to be happy about that. Period. Fine. Okay. What next? Well, what if I have the same problem and I contact your customer service department, but they're really nice and they're really friendly and there's no bullshit wait time and I don't have to press 47 for English and talk to an NPC as he bangs through his checklist and asks me to do a bunch of things that don't make sense so his boss doesn't punish him while he's timing his piss break after this. None of that. You get a real person. He handles the thing quickly, effectively, in a friendly manner, behaves like a human being, and it's the best you could possibly expect from that experience. In other words, a small part of what I help businesses with when I help them get their customer service right, for the businesses I've run customer service for, that can continue to run customer service for, that's a bare minimum. If somebody contacts you, you need to provide good service to them. Anyways, what happens then? Are you a satisfied customer? Maybe. Maybe you think you are. Maybe you're like, yeah, that's really good. These guys are smart. They're on top of it. I like this. This reassures me that they're good people, etc. Fine. But I would argue that that's still not a satisfied customer in the way I want to think of it, or at least not as satisfied as the customer could be. And I think you know where I'm going with this. If that customer never had to contact you at all, if I never had that problem, if I never had that question, if I bought the thing, I received it, I used it, it was exactly what I expected or better, and I was happy with it, and I never needed to say, hey, I don't know how to log into the website, or this thing sucks, I want a refund, or you guys charged me 3 times last month, or any of this other weird stuff, then I'm going to be a much, much more satisfied customer than the guy who has a problem that you solve really well, and definitely more satisfied than the customer who has a problem that you solve very poorly. And that's where the disconnect is. People seem to just assume customer satisfaction is a function of customer service, or the same thing as customer service, or it comes out of customer service, and it can, but really thinking of it that way is just damage control at that point. If they have a problem that customer service needs to fix, you can fix it, and they'll be happy that you did, but it's not a satisfied customer in the sense that I define it. The sense where a satisfied customer is the one that, especially in an online business, you may never know this guy exists. Especially if you're selling information and a lot of things are automated, checkout pages, things like that, until you go into your shopping cart software and you see this guy making regular monthly payments month after month after month after month for years, and then you check your customer service software and he's never emailed you once, he's never called you once, he's never had a live chat with you once, yeah, that's your most satisfied customer. Some nerds like to overcomplicate this and like, well, let's send him a survey and ask if he's satisfied. He's been buying from you every month for years, in some cases, I've seen. Let's assume he's satisfied. Seems like a radical idea. People are like, no, I need to put it in a spreadsheet and put it on my formula and make a PowerPoint slide to show my boss that I'm doing something. And that's a problem with overcomplicated business structures, which I'm not going to get too much into here, management, things like that, where in a lot of businesses it seems that they reward perceived activity, numbers that they can put on a screen. A lot of what I do, a lot of what I talk about, and this is where I meet the most resistance with this stuff actually, is it's things that will help your business immensely. Preventing, anticipating customer problems before they happen, rather than just simply paying someone to solve them. But I don't know of any good way, and if someone tells you they do, they're probably making something up to sell you some complicated bullshit. But, excuse me, I don't know of a good way to measure customer problems prevented. Things that might have been a problem, but weren't because you did things smartly to begin with. I don't know of any good way to measure that. And someone could probably come up with something, but really it just takes restructuring the way you think about this to say, people look at customer service like, oh, this guy did 4,000 tickets today. That's really good. No, that's terrible. That means 4,000 people had a problem with your company today. So, different way to think about customer satisfaction, different way to think about customer service. That's where coming back to this guy using the word generated in the question. Customer satisfaction generated. It's something I guess you could say, generate by doing things right in your business, by having a quality product, by having marketing that matches the product. I'm not talking about get rid of your copywriters, don't use any persuasive techniques or languages. I'm absolutely in favor of using all of those things. All I'm saying is don't promise things that don't exist. It'll piss people off. Don't have people will just launch a thing and not tell anybody about it, and there's all these problems, and then they'll just expect the customer service people to handle it. And they'll handle it, but it'll never be as good as if everybody knew what was going on on the same page ahead of time. Things were fixed, things were prevented, rather than just you guys figure it out. I've seen businesses that literally will launch a major product and not even tell customer service about it. They'll just start getting messages one day, hey, I need help with this. I don't know what that even is. It doesn't work. My approach is different. Customer satisfaction is bigger than simply customer service. It's a key piece of your business, it's a key piece of marketing, because repeat buyers, subscription renewals are some of the easiest sales you'll ever make. And people who ignore this stuff, people who don't think of customer satisfaction this way, they think of it in a narrower sense, they're missing out on all that money. And that's what I help businesses get right. I talk about it here in these videos every day, obviously, every weekday. I write about it regularly on Quora. Some of you are watching this on YouTube. I've started posting these on Quora and YouTube now. But on Quora, I write about this stuff regularly. Also on my website, 8020service.com. Got an announcement coming soon there, so get on the email list as well. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap this video up. Like I said, I do these videos every weekday on a customer service topic. Today's Friday. I'll be back on Monday. If you like this, if you thought it was interesting, useful, valuable, hit upvote, hit like, thumbs up, whatever platform you're on. Subscribe, follow me. I do these every weekday, like I said. And otherwise, I'll wrap this up here, and I'll be back on Monday with another video.